And good afternoon, and welcome to another riveting edition of Speaking Life with Dr. Sabrina. I am your host, Dr. Sabrina Jackson, the people expert, as I help people with people, even if that person is themselves. And I am so excited when we get to do this show because I believe that life and death lie in the power of your own tongue. And so what are you saying to yourself about yourself? And so I want to give you opportunities to hear and learn from incredible people. I am so fortunate that I know incredible people, and today is no different. Today I have a phenom in the women's history, the history that this woman has walked out. Not only is she an international speaker, not only is she an award-winning author, but she is the executive director of a nonprofit that just changes lives on a daily basis. And so I am so fortunate to have with me none other than Allison Vaughn. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you. I'm excited to be here. You know what? I see why they call you doctor. I come right in and you're having me take tests. You're having me learn about myself. I mean, the title doctor is so fitting for you.
Oh, my goodness. It is so funny. And I will say this. I really just, my friend, I'm just Bree. And so Allison is not only a colleague, but I consider her a friend. So I am, we're just going to have good girlfriend talk.
That sounds good.
Good girlfriend talk, because you have done, your body of work is just absolutely phenomenal. And I know that you have been honored over and over and over again. And so this month is no different. It is Women's History Month, and you are a mover and a shaker. When you move, girl, things shake.
Shake what your mama gave you, right?
Shake what your mama gave you. And so we're going to start, because I can go so many different places with talking with you. Well, let's just start with, where you from?
Born and raised here in Detroit.
What elementary school?
I went to St. Gerard, which is a private school, which is now closed. And then I went to Presentation, Our Lady of Victory.
Did you go to Presentation? We used to call girls at Presentation prostitutes.
Oh, my God.
Are
you serious?
We did.
No way.
We did. Just because we was trying to match the P, that's all. That's we did. We used to say they go to Presentation prostitutes. We did when we was little in junior high school. We did.
Oh my God, I love that school.
Kids are cruel.
They are. Kids are cruel.
I was one of them. I was. And so high school.
Benedictine. So all the schools that I attended were Catholic schools, and they're all now closed due to the Archdiocese closing them all down. But now, what'd you say about Benedictine?
I don't think we said anything about Benedictine. I remember Benedictine, but I don't think we said anything about Benedictine. But I was more mature.
Okay.
When I went to high school, because I graduated from Cass Tech, so we were in our there's only two type of people: those who went to Cass and those who wish they had. That's what we say.
But I went to Cass summer school because I wanted to go to Cass High School, and my mother said, "No, you're going to stay at Benedictine." I said, "Please, please, please." So she let me go to Cass High School. So I know so many people from Cass because of that. But now that I'm past high school, I can say that we hung out in the parking lot.
Wasn't it amazing?
Yes, it was. I hung out at the parking lot at Cass. So I attended summer school there, but I never really went there. I was in the parking lot.
Well, you could say I attended the summer school there, so I attended. I was in the halls of Cass Technical High School. So you are a local, born and bred.
Yes.
Home girl.
That's right.
So you understand when I say, what up, though?
Exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about.
What up, though?
Yes.
And so after high school, what did you do?
Michigan State. I'm a Spartan.
Oh, MSU in the house.
Yes,
MSU.
Yes. Spartan. Go green. What about you?
I went to Eastern Michigan University. Okay. And then right after that, I went right to Wayne State to get my master's degree. And my master's degree, I did in 10 months.
Really?
Yes. So I was 23 with a master's degree.
Oh, was so impressive. Good for you.
Well,
You were just like on that track just to continue.
But you know what's so crazy? I really did not believe they were going to let me in.
Why?
Because they only let like 6 people into the advanced standing program. And so I just was like, it's going to be so many people applying. They're not going to choose me. I really just was like, I'm just doing it because my teacher made me.
Okay.
She said, oh, no, you're filling out this application. Oh, no, and I did it. Oh, thank God for Dr. Sylvia. But, oh, my God, yes. And so 10 months I was through. And I remember at the end telling my mother, are they really going to give me a degree for this? Because it was so easy.
Really?
It was really easy and it was really fast. So I kept saying, this it.
That's because you're so smart.
It's interesting when people say that because I never thought I was smart.
Well, it proves that you are. Look at that, 10 months and you did it just like that.
I did, but I never thought I was smart. I liked school. I like information. Even now, I am a ferocious researcher and studier. So even when I do my Mental Health Mondays and I come up with my acronyms, it's a process. I do some studying. So first, like today's topic was about scribbling.
Okay.
Because there's mental benefits to scribbling.
Oh.
And so my acronym was DOODLE. Because doodling is a form of scribbling.
Right.
So then I had to come up with how to say those things with the acronym that I had. And so that just, I love that though.
I doodle a little bit, but I keep a journal.
Okay.
And so I know you're big, that's very healthy.
It's very healthy.
To keep a journal and document, and it's just very therapeutic. So that's good. Maybe we can talk offline about my
Yes. Yeah. And it's so funny because on Fox today when they were showing someone doodling, they weren't doodling, they was drawing. They was creative. They came up with we were like, we can't do that. I said scribble. I didn't say come up with a flower or a bird, but some people can, and that's cool. But there are benefits when we just kind of
exactly.
It helps us with our productivity. It helps us with our creativity. It helps us to express emotion. It helps to decrease our stress and anxiety.
That's what I do it for.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's just really huge. So, got out of college. What you do next?
And then listen at this. So I graduated from Michigan State, and right after I graduated, I went to visit my best friend. She graduated in December, and I graduated in June. I said, as soon as I graduate, I'm going to come visit you in L.A. Went out there, bought a round-trip ticket to visit her. I never used the return portion. I stayed out there, and I lived in L.A. for 8 years.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Oh, my God. I never knew we had this in common because I lived in Laguna Beach, California.
Oh, how beautiful. Yes, I know exactly about Laguna Beach.
When I tell you, I was there for 10 days on a work assignment, and every day I would ride up the Pacific Coast Highway and go, oh, my God, this is just gorgeous. Oh, my God, I could live here. I could live here. I could live here. And the 7th day, I said, well, why don't you live here? And moved in a month.
Really? Yeah.
Well, I think you did. You beat me because you went to visit and it just never came back.
I just never used the return portion. And me being that only child, my mother was like, what
are you doing?
What are you doing? And I told her, I said, I found a job. So she thought I was just like in Chicago. And then I said, well, no, because she thought I was visiting her sister. So I went, because I stopped in Chicago first, went to L.A. and never came back. And I said, oh, I found a job. And I said, I'm going to be working for United Airlines. And I worked for United Airlines for 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah, 15 years.
As a stewardess?
And, yep, as a flight attendant. And, that for some reason, I don't know why, but they don't like you to use the word stewardess. I don't know why, but, yeah, flight attendant.
That's because we old school. That's the name we remember. Like when we were little, they were stewardess.
Yeah.
But now they're because I think stewardess does sound female.
You think so?
Now, yeah.
Okay.
You wouldn't call a man a stewardess.
Right.
That's a female type of term. So now that you have a lot of men who are attendants, that's why I get it. So I'm going to stick there.
You're going to stick there? Yeah, and I never was offended by that word. So, yeah, so I was a flight attendant. And then I went into management and moved to Chicago and hired flight attendants for United Airlines.
Wow.
Yeah, so I know both sides.
So did you officially, retire from?
Yeah, so then that's when I started Jackets for Jobs. And I said, you know what? I want to do more. God has put it on my heart to do something more than serving people on the plane. Coffee, tea,
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
It was something more than that. And so God just put it on my heart to start a nonprofit. And can you believe it, Sabrina? Well, let me say Dr. Sabrina. It's going to be 20. It's in May of next year. It's going to be 25 years. I've been doing Jackets for Jobs for 24 years.
I know it's been a long time because
Yes.
I remember because
you donated. I remember coming to your house.
You came to my house.
Yes.
And she had to bring a van.
Yes.
Because I had bags and bags of stuff. That was when my mother made her transition, and I had so much stuff left.
Yes.
And I didn't want to just throw it away. And I contacted her, and she came over and picked up. And I probably need you to come to my house now, because when I tell you I got a bunch of stuff.
I was so grateful for you. I was like, oh, you just have such a loving and caring heart. You had me come over, and you had so much stuff. And those clothes benefited so many ladies.
Aww.
So I just want you to know that thank you so much for thinking of our mission of Jackets for Jobs, because you were a real blessing to so many job seekers in Detroit. I thank you so much.
And especially full-figured
Yes,
women, because
yes.
a lot of times when people get stuff, they get stuff for tiny women. But it's the average woman is a 14.
14.
It's a 14.
Exactly.
I'm an average woman. I'm a 14. Some 12. 14 and 12. But I had so many 20, 22, 24.
Yes, it was such a blessing because
Yeah.
we needed that size. And to this day, Jackets
need
for
that.
Jobs still needs that size. So if there's any plus size women out
Yes.
there and you're looking to clean out your closet, we're talking about spring cleaning now.
Yes.
They can clean out and donate to Jackets for Jobs.
You know what I think we should do? We should partner and do something together. Specifically to have a day where we set up someplace and people can bring their full-figured clothes and meet us and
Oh, that
chit
would
chat
be
and take
great.
pictures and maybe have a little something to eat and some music. And I
would
have the
love
perfect
that.
place. I got the perfect place. I know where we're going to do it. We're going to do it in Southfield at a place called the Event House.
Yes, I
The
know.
Event House owner, I used to babysit.
Really?
Yes.
Talking about Cindy?
The owner is what? That's the from the Event House is on.
Is that on Southfield Road?
Yes, Southfield, right next to FedEx.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
Melissa
yes.
is who I.
Oh my God! Well,
I
you're so well
babysitted her.
connected. So let's do that.
Let's do that. We're gonna do that.
But this has to be for plus size because
Yes.
that's the size that we need. We don't
Yes,
need
we're
the.
gonna do plus
we
size.
don't need
We're
the
gonna
8s
make it.
and
We're
10s. We don't need that
make
size.
it a plus size. In fact, it's gonna be me, you, and I'm gonna invite Sharon Dumas. You know
Yes,
Sharon
yes,
Dumas?
I do.
Sharon Dumas has the Full and Fabulous company. That's what she works with, full figure.
Right.
So that's what we're gonna do. You
Yeah.
heard it here. We're gonna do it here.
I love it. I
We're gonna
love
do it here, and
Yes.
we're gonna do it over at the Event House because those my people,
Yes.
and we'll do it there.
A plus size event.
Yes, we're gonna do a plus size. Maybe we could do a little fashion.
Oh, that would be fun. Oh, look at you. Look
a
at
little
you.
fashion. A little fashion. We have Miss Patty's. You know, Miss Patty's my bonus mama, and so
Oh, yes.
she knows all the models, and she was a wardrober for years.
Yes.
And so she okay. We just done created a whole
We
thing.
created a whole thing.
whole thing.
Look
I
at
love
that. Look at your
though.
creativity. Now I need to ask you, what color are you on this thing because of the creativity?
Okay, so let's talk about colors for a minute. So any guest that comes on my show, I do test them in my model, Essential Colors. So Essential Colors, there's 4 basic types of people. Blue people are people. People love them. They love people. They are compassionate, naturally. And then we have gold people. They're organized, structured, dependable. Everything has a place and it's in its place. So they're kind of controlling sometimes. And then there are the green people. Green people are intellectual, heady people. They pride themselves on competency and comprehension. They know what they're talking about. And then last but not least, our orange people. And our orange people are rule breakers and risk takers. They are charming. They are the life of the party. And they command your attention. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, that's me. I'm
That's
orange.
her. She orange. Look at her. Look at her. Look at her.
orange.
She is orange, which makes sense when she's talked about going to California and never coming back. That's an orange. An orange would do that. Mm-hmm. Because an orange person never thinks about well, it may not work. You I'm here. Let's do it.
Right.
Let's do it. I don't have to go back. I can do it. And that's how oranges think. So starting Jacket for Jobs.
Yep.
That is an orange thing. Just jumping out there and taking the risk. And you've done so many things. So let's talk about the book.
Oh, Miss Gold Digger. And so let me tell you all, I always have to spell it out. GOAL. How to be a gold digger and not a gold, GOLD digger.
I love it. A CEO's guide to goal setting and dressing the part and having it all.
Yes. I love this book because, I started this book because I was talking to so many young girls that needed guidance and directions. And they were basically gold, GOL diggers. They were like, what can I do to get this money out this man? And what
Get
can
this
I
bag.
do?
I need the bag.
I need the bag. And they were doing all this. And I said, why don't you try to do something for yourself? And that way you're not depending on other people. You're not depending, because that saying, God bless the child that has his own.
Oh, you better say it.
And so I was trying to tell them that. And so because of that, that's what prompted me to write the book.
I remember the first time I saw the title, I said, oh, this good. This is good. This is good. Because so many people don't set goals.
Right, exactly.
They just don't set goals, and they do things based on what's outside of them instead of tapping into what's inside of them. And so I know that setting a goal is an internal thing.
Right.
It's something that you're supposed to figure out for yourself. And even when you're dressing to please yourself. And if you please yourself, naturally you're going to please the people around you, because you're doing something that makes you feel good. But see, sometimes they be naked. I've been watching this nakedness. What's the Cardi B?
Oh my goodness.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Yes.
The nakedness.
Oh yeah.
Lizzo.
Oh yeah.
Lizzo has been looking better though lately. Lately she's been covered up.
Yeah, she's a little bit more conservative.
She's being a little more conservative, and so I really appreciate that, because I think that certain things should be left for your
imagination,
for somebody else's imagination, or then just for your mate.
Yes, exactly.
Certain things that only my mate can see. You shouldn't be able to look at me and go, "Ooh, I know that's Dr. Sabrina." No,
right.
No. So I really appreciate that, and I love the fact that now you have this book that you can share not only with young people but with the women that's coming through your program. I know it has been a true blessing. And so the exciting thing about the book is 6 months after I wrote the book, I had the honor of doing a book signing. Guess where? The Essence Festival. I remember.
I was like, oh my God, the largest platform for African American women for empowerment.
Yes.
That's why people go to the Essence Festival, because it's an empowerment, the speakers, the energy. And so for me to do a book signing at the Essence Festival in New Orleans was huge for me. That's one of my proudest moments with the book.
Okay.
Yes. Well, the proudest moment.
The promise.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That's amazing. And so how many books did you take with you?
And I sold them all out. Praise God. I don't remember how many I took. I know it was a big suitcase full.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I had a beautiful table set up.
Okay.
The big banner and all that. Yes. So they can go to my website, AllisonVaughn.com. I guess I'm plugging myself, aren't I?
You better do it.
I better do it, right? That's what it's all about. So, yes. So that's what I did. So I was really happy to have that platform. You get these platforms and you're just so thankful and you're so grateful to God. Like how you have the wonderful platform of being on Fox 2. And I watch you all the time.
And
that's such a wonderful platform. And I see you like every other day. You're right down the street and you have that platform and you give inspiration and motivation. So kudos to you for your platform and what you're doing.
Thank you so much. I absolutely love it. But what's so funny, I was telling TT's over on the side. Y'all can't see her, but she in the building. She is the amazing set designer. Most sets that you've seen on Tubi, TT has designed them.
Okay.
And she's been in 33 movies herself. 33.
Uh-oh.
And counting. But anyway, I was talking to TT the other day, and I was talking about how about 8 months ago, I was driving into Fox 2, and I said, okay, I think I'm done with this. And I think when I go in, I'm going to go in and tell the general manager today is my last day. I'm just done. I don't know why. I just was like, okay, I'm tired. Okay, I've been doing this for over a year. I'm done. And when I got there, he wasn't there. And so I just, so the next week I didn't feel that way. So I went on. And so I met with him last week, and he was like, well, let me tell you something. We're doing some other things over at Fox. But he says, we are never stopping Mental Health Mondays. He says, because people really benefit from it. You are touching so many people. So we're not.
Yes.
We're going to do some other things, but Mental Health Mondays, we keeping that. And I was like, oh, okay, God. Thank you for letting me shoot myself in the foot.
Yes.
Because sometimes we will. Just based on how we feel in that moment.
At that moment.
Because sometimes I remember thinking, well, no one's really listening to me.
Oh, yeah. No, you've got a following. People are listening to you. You might not think it, but they are.
It's so funny when you're in, like, you don't see yourself when you're inside the frame. You can't see the picture when you're inside the frame because you're in the frame. And so you don't see what other people see. And so today, right before my segment, they were on that board where they show pictures where people, the audience post things. Mm-hmm. And it was a picture of me with a lady. And I had just told TT about meeting this lady right outside Mad Nice. Okay. And she was so excited, and she took a picture with me. And she posted it today.
Oh, wasn't that wonderful?
It was.
That was wonderful.
It was really good.
You reminded me of the things that you're saying. I just had an opportunity, because this is Women's History Month, to be the speaker for Comerica Bank's Women's History Month.
Okay.
And my topic was imposter syndrome.
Mm.
And so some of the things that you were mentioning when you were talking about, I don't think anybody's listening, or I don't know, just reminded me of imposter syndrome.
Yes. That you don't see the impact that you're making,
mm-hmm.
or you think that it's not real, or it's interesting when we talk about that, because I remember Oprah talking about the imposter syndrome, and at first she was like, I don't even get it. What?
Right.
And that's how I felt the first time I heard the term. I was like, what that mean?
Right.
I don't know what that means. But then when I started really looking at it, I was like, sometimes I do feel that way. Yeah. So we have to be accountable to each other. We have to not only elevate each other and make sure that we're loving on each other, but then if there's something that I'm doing out here that may not be good, and Allison sees it and she knows me, she can pull me to the side and say, okay, girl, no, don't be doing that no more. And we have to be open to that, because at the end of the day, iron sharpens iron. It should not cut.
Exactly.
I shouldn't leave you bleeding. I should leave you better. And so that's what I try to do. I try to leave people better than I found them. And I know that that's what you're doing. So when you started Jacket for Jobs, did you realize that it was going to take you to the places that it's taking you?
Had no idea. And I always tell people that God is my PR person. This is God's company, and he just asked me to be the CEO for the company. So when I have my board meetings and conferences, I'm having it with God.
Oh my God! I said that,
and he leads the company.
You just don't know. I almost ran out the room, because my spiritual mother told me probably about 5 or 6 years ago. She called me out the blue and said, "The Holy Spirit is your PR person. Stop paying crazy, stupid money." Because every time I would pay, I would be disappointed. Mm-hmm. Like, they wouldn't do it. And like, so people see me on Fox, and then somebody's working with me. They'll think that person got me on Fox. That person didn't get me on Fox. I got on Fox because I was speaking at an event, and Charlie Langton was in the audience, and he says, "Oh my God, you're amazing. I'm going to get you on Let It Rip." And it's been on and popping ever since then. Yeah. So no PR person did that, but the Holy Spirit did.
There you go. Amen. Give the credit where the credit is due.
Credit is due. The Holy Spirit be opening up doors that I be like, you want me to do? How did you even know about me? That's how I'm like, how did you even know about me? Because I feel like I'm in this little.
But I always tell people are always watching people. You never know who's watching you, because all of my blessings are people that have come to me saying that they've watched me from a distance, and then we started partnering together. And then, as I mentioned, God just brings it all together.
So speaking of that, of course, when I interview people, I have to go a little personal from time to time.
Uh-oh.
Somebody just got married not long ago. How long you been married now?
Wait, I have to do. I's married now.
I's married now. She's married now.
Yes, I'm married to a wonderful man. His name is Andre Smith. He's a professional photographer. And so we started we were always clients. He was the photographer for Jackets for Jobs for different things. And then my mother actually is the one that said, I think that, a young man is single. You ought to check him out. And so my mother is the one that actually did the matchmaking.
I love it. Thank you, Mother.
Yeah. So all my single friends are like, can your mama hook me up with somebody?
Tell your mama.
She can start her own matchmaking.
She can make her own matchmaking service because sometimes you do need the push and the words of wisdom from someone who has wisdom. And your mother has wisdom.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right. So she saw something that I didn't see, or she saw something that I saw but I did not pursue. And so she was the one that, So, that's how some of those mothers do. When they see their daughters dating someone, they go up to that guy, what are your intentions with my daughter?
Exactly.
And then that gets the guy to really start thinking. Yeah. It's like,
so how long have you been married now?
In June, it'll be a year.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So I'm excited.
Wow.
Yes.
You got any big plans for the anniversary?
We're working on it now.
Nice.
We're working on something very special. So we've been really busy. We just got back this past weekend from Grand Rapids because he's a Kappa and they had the Kappa convention. And so that's been keeping us pretty busy lately. But yeah, we're going to do something. And then my daughter is turning into a teenager.
I know.
So
how old is she?
She'll be 13.
I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it.
I'm doing something special with her, taking her on a cruise. Yeah, for her 13th birthday. Her and then her best friend. So it's like two mother and daughter teams, and we're taking our daughters on a cruise for their third. And so her best friend's dad and then my husband are like, what happened to just ice cream and cake? When did it turn into a cruise? It's like the Kardashian type of stuff. I was like, I don't have Kardashian money, but he's like, this is just over the top for a cruise.
Well, I say this. We serve a limitless God.
There you go.
And the only limits that God has is the ones we put on him.
Right.
I don't put limits on God.
Yeah.
So when the door opens, let's do it.
There you go. Yes.
I don't even know how. Like I talked about us doing this event. We're going to do it. It's just going to happen.
It's just going to happen.
Because
I love it.
we put, and then I always say, I allow God to blow his super on my natural.
Oh, I like that.
That's the only thing that makes supernatural. I'll have to give you a T-shirt. I got T-shirts and bags. And
I love that. I love that.
Because I say it all the time. God is blowing his super on my natural. That's the only thing that makes supernatural. So I expect supernatural things to happen.
There you go.
Because I'm always presenting my natural. So just do what you do.
Yeah, and that's kind of like how I say I'm a magnet to God's blessings.
Yes.
So I'm a magnet, and magnets attract, and so I'm a magnet to God's blessings. So yes, but I really like that phrase that you have.
Oh yes, that's my thing. That's my thing. And when I say it, people say, I heard you say that before. I say it every day.
All the time.
I say it all the time.
Right.
So I have it on bags. I have it on cups. I have it on shirts. And so I need to sell them. That's what I need to do.
I need to sell them.
I need to sell them.
Yeah.
That's
you want to help her sell that.
Help me sell them. That's what I need to do. So what are you going to do for 25 years?
Yes.
What you doing?
So I'm gonna get my team together. We're gonna have some sort of wonderful keynote speaker, and we're gonna do a fashion show because we've always done fashion shows at our events to showcase the clients that we've had. And so I want to do a fashion show like some of our, success stories.
Okay.
Because we have so many success stories.
Yes.
As you can imagine, after 25 years, people that were unemployed, sleeping in their car, and now they have a job. They're self-sufficient. Women that left their abuser and now they've gotten strength to get back on their feet. So we have some wonderful stories that I would like to share because their stories are inspiration for another woman.
That sounds like a book too.
Does it really?
It does.
Oh, okay.
So here we go. There I go.
Wait a minute, what color of these are you again? Because she's got all these wonderful ideas. I want to know which one are you?
I am a blue-green tide. So the
really?
green in me is the ferocious learner and researcher and creativity, and then the blue in me loves people.
Okay.
I love what I do because I get to do it with people. But my son told me once, he said, Ma, you should create a business called the Idea Generators. Because that's all I would do was just sit with a person and people can talk about what they want to do. And then I'm telling you, they just come to me just like that. But an anthology for Jacket for Jobs is a series of success stories. And it could be just that, anthology. An anthology, you can go to the different people who you've already identified that are success stories and let them tell their stories.
Yes.
And put it in a book. and then have volume 1, volume 2.
I like that.
You got it.
I like that. Oh my goodness. Okay.
I'm just telling you, people love success stories.
They do. They do.
They love success stories. And then once you take it from a book, then you can put it into video and have people just sitting like telling their story and turn it into like little segments.
Oh, look at you. Look how God is just working through you.
I'm just saying.
Isn't that wonderful?
All the time.
God is working through Dr. Sabrina. Look at there.
That's what he do. That's what he do. That's what he do. He's blowing his super.
On your natural.
On my natural. But I really could see that. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. And then we could have TT come over to your space and create and design the space just for that.
Just for that.
So it looks like success. It looks like,
right.
You know, you can have the words on the wall. Where's your offices?
So, Jackets for Jobs, we have 2 locations.
Okay, I love it. Don't you love it?
Yeah, 2 locations.
2 locations.
Yes. So, one is on the east side inside the Samaritan Center.
Okay.
On Connor and 94.
Yes. That's where Full and Fabulous is.
Yes, exactly. Yep. That's right. When you mentioned Sharon. I know yes. And then the other one is at Northwest Activity Center, which is on the corners of
that's
Myers and Curtis.
Oh, I know. I grew up on Sorrento.
Oh, yeah. So, you know exactly where Northwest Activity Center is.
Yes. I'm over there. I had my 50th birthday party there.
Yeah, it's got some great space.
In the ballroom.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a great spot.
Oh my God, we had such a great time, and I had a full band with the horn section and everything. When I tell you, and then DJ Fingers was my DJ that worked with 313 Live Experience. Oh my God, we partied. Oh my God, we partied, we danced, and then we ended with a praise. When I tell you, he got to playing some gospel music, and I said, "Oh Lord, I feel the Spirit. I feel the Spirit."
Oh my
that
God.
was so cool.
So you'll have to come back over and visit.
Absolutely.
Come over. I was going to say I'm usually at Northwest Activity Center, but you just let me know when you're going to be over in the area and stop by and visit. It's really nice.
I would love to visit. I love what you're doing. I've always loved what you're doing. I think that is so necessary because so many times we just think, especially when you think about women who feel like I'm stuck because I don't have anybody to help me.
Right.
I don't have anybody to ask. And so one of the things that I talk about, this is one of my new books that's coming, but that most people don't ask for help.
Right.
And they don't ask for help for several reasons. And so I was thinking about how I went to do a training, and I did a training for a group of police officers. And I do this activity called moving from self-defeating attitudes and behaviors to self-supporting attitudes and behaviors. And one of the things on the list of self-defeating attitudes and behaviors is never asking for help.
Yeah.
And out of 60 people, 58 people check that they never ask for help. And so it just kind of awakens something in me. And I start asking more people. And most people who are helpers never ask for help.
Right. I agree with that. Yeah, that's true.
They just don't. Nurses don't ask for help. People who are givers don't ask for help. Pastors don't ask for help. People just don't ask for help. And so then I started thinking about how do we help people ask for help? So God gave me the 5 help languages.
Oh, wonderful. Kind of like the 5 love languages.
Exactly, but very different because the guy who did the 5 love languages talks about the 5 types of ways that we could communicate love. But then he did another book called The 5 Apology Languages. And in that book, it doesn't talk about the types of apology. It tells you the 5 things that are a part of apology. So these are the 5 things that are a part of asking for help.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I need to get that book. Because Jackets for Jobs, we deal with so many people, like thousands of people, you know, and I just need to know how to talk to people that want help because our clients need help. That's the reason why Jackets for Jobs is in business is because they have so many barriers to employment, either child care barriers, transportation barriers, clothing barriers, so forth. And so many have so many different issues. And a lot of you can see that they have problems, but they're afraid to ask for help. I don't know if it's just embarrassment, shame.
It's a lot of different reasons. So that's the first. Okay, so I can't believe I'm going to do it, Mama. I'm going to just start sharing a little bit because I really do have this all mapped out, and I just need to.
And so you could just give me some tips of how to talk with them, to say, like, here's some resources, here's something, and especially women that are going through domestic violence that really need help and are afraid to break loose. That's the population that I really would like to reach more, because I want to empower those women and help them, get away.
They need to get away. And it's so funny because a lot of times people around I'm going to say this, and this is bad to say. Oh my God. It's bad to say. But sometimes in the church, they tell them to stay.
It got quiet there, didn't it? It got quiet there.
It got quiet.
And I think the church does that because the church believes in the institution of marriage. And so because they believe in the institution of marriage, they feel that you have those vows and that you should stay. But I disagree with that.
I agree. I disagree with it too. God does not want us to be in pain or to be hurt.
Right. So, there's always an exception to the rule, even though, marriage and, is sacred and you take those vows to be serious. But if you're in a bad situation, it's time to leave.
You need to get out. Mm-hmm. And it's help available.
Right. It is. It's help available.
That happened to you? TTC, that happened to her. Mm-hmm. That's serious.
She told me to stay.
And did you break, and you just said no? Yes, thank goodness.
Yes.
So, yes.
It was my life. My life was on the line.
Right. And so good for you. I applaud you for that. I applaud you for that so much. And so, so Dr. Sabrina, you can give me some tips on talking to women.
Yes,
you don't have to tell me the whole book.
I won't tell you the whole book.
I'll buy the book. When the book is ready, I'll definitely buy the book.
I've been working on the book, though. I have been working on the book.
I just need one tip. Just give me a little nugget.
Just a little nugget. One, you have to identify the reasons that you don't ask for help. And so there are a list of reasons why you don't ask for help. And this one is pride.
Yes, I agree.
Pride and vanity. I don't want to appear weak.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And so the whole thing about weakness is really a trick of the enemy. Because it's not weakness, it's actually strength. It takes strength and courage to seek help.
Yes.
It really does. It's almost like when Martin Luther King was doing the whole nonviolence thing and people kept saying, well, that's weak. No, it takes strength to not hit back because it's your nature to want to retaliate. But when you know and you're moving outside of your nature, that's what takes strength to move outside of that feeling of, I don't want to be seen as weak and I don't want people to know. And no, it is the squeaky wheel that gets the oil.
Right. That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good nugget.
Thank you.
That's a good nugget.
I'm trying.
So we need
I'm so excited about the book. So I'm trying to decide whether I want to go after a publisher or publish it myself, because I do have a publishing company and I publish my works as well as the works of others. And so, but I do have a book agent too. So, but when you have a book agent, they own part of you.
Yes, they do. So. And you want to own all of your...
I do want to own all of mine. Don't I?
Yes. So I think you should own all of your the rights to all of your stuff. And you don't want to have somebody else having a percentage of that.
Thank you, Allison Vaughn. You heard it here. Allison Vaughn has made the decision because she knows what she's talking about. So let's talk about some of the magazines that you've been featured in, because I know that you've been featured in Forbes.
Yes, Forbes, Entrepreneur, Forbes, Entrepreneur, and our magazine. So yes, God has been really good. God has, like, going back to what I said, God is my PR person, and God has opened up so many doors and so many national platforms, that He has opened. Yes, being featured on Oprah, being one of Martha Stewart's Dreamers into Doors, where she honors entrepreneurs that have a dream and they turn their dream into what it is they want to do. So, yes, wow. So I've been blessed to be, in the presence of billionaires like Oprah and Martha Stewart and national, in the magazines and ringing the NASDAQ bell.
I remember that. I remember that ringing the bell. Ringing the bell.
Yes.
Rock the bell.
Yes. So God has been wonderful to Jackets for Jobs. And God, I guess I'm obedient to the word, and God says, acknowledge me in all ways and I will direct your path. And so no matter what I do, I acknowledge God. And once I acknowledge God and let everybody know who's in control, which is God, he says, okay, you're obedient. And then he opens and shines the light. Ooh, I sound like I'm about to start preaching a sermon.
You better come on. That's what we do. But what's so powerful about that, and I really want our listeners to understand that, think about the words that she just spoke. Because I say here all the time, what you speak is what you create.
Yes.
And so you have to begin to speak positivity to you about yourself,
right,
and about the fact that you are uniquely crafted. Could nobody else do Jackets for Jobs like Allison Vaughn?
Right.
Because God placed it on her. It was her vision. And so sometimes we look at other people and we go, well, I can't do that. You may not be able to do that, but you can do something. So what I've learned is when God is blessing my neighbor, that's my neighbor, that's my sister, that's my friend, then that means he's in my neighborhood.
Yes.
So that means I can grab something for me.
Exactly.
And so I am excited every time I see what you're doing. I do. I may not call and say, girl, go ahead, but I am excited every time I see what you're doing.
And you know
I'm
what?
watching.
I love what you're saying. And for me, what I do is, just like a horse race, I stay in my lane. I stay in my lane, and I do what's in my lane. And I'm happy for the person to the left and to the right of me. And I don't say, oh, well, Dr. Sabrina is doing this, and, Susie Q is doing that. I don't, because what your blessing is for you, her blessing is for her, and my blessing is for me. And so just like a horse, when he's in a race, he puts on those glasses and he has those blinders on. He has the blinders on. And that is a reason, because you don't want to get distracted looking to the left or to the right. Because if you stay in your lane, you can win your race. But it's when you take those blinders off and you focus on what somebody to the left or the right are doing, you're missing out and you're slowing yourself down.
Ooh, that's so good. I see that as a cartoon. I see that as a cartoon, that you're telling your story about how you won your race.
Yes.
And that you in the race, you can see like a race with people running on the track. This is a cartoon. This is a book idea for young people.
Okay.
And it's you. But it's you running. You're running your race and you're on this track. And, on one instance, you start looking at what somebody else doing, which slows you down.
Right.
And, looking the other way. But when you are laser-like focused, when you are focused on the end, your end, you can absolutely win. You win.
Yes.
No matter what.
That's it. And that's it. Yes. So look at a horse race.
Yes, I love it.
And you just stay focused on your lane. But so many people get distracted looking at what someone else is doing and jealous by that. Ooh. And that slows you down. And then you don't accomplish what you're trying to do because you're so busy focused on what somebody else is doing. Just stay in your lane. Focus on your own stuff.
It is so powerful because I remember, I tell this story often, that good friend of ours, you know her as well, but she was on TV around the time that the MSU shooting happened. And so generally when things like that happen, I get calls, I do interviews, things of that nature. But that particular time, I didn't get a call, not one call. And I was like, oh, no one's listening for me anymore. I was tripping. And so when I tell you the Holy Spirit gets me together so quick, the Holy Spirit says, excuse me, ma'am, you shine every week. You have a platform that don't nobody else have. So, ma'am, what are you doing? Allow your sister the opportunity to shine, because her shine don't take nothing away from your shine.
Exactly. That is so true.
And then he made me look in the sky. He says, look in the sky. Have you ever seen a star bucking for position? Do you see a star knocking somebody else out the position so they can shine? No. A star is set in their position, doing what? Shining.
I just spoke about that when I was the speaker. Remember, I just mentioned that I was the speaker for Comerica Bank for their Women's History Month, and I had on a beautiful yellow jacket, and I talked about that, and I said, shine like the sun. The sun does not dim its light for the other planets. When it shines bright. And it's like, oh, I'm not going to shine bright because, Venus and Jupiter and all those might get jealous. It shines bright. So shine your light bright. And I talk about that all the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
We shining over here, y'all. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond.
Yeah, that should be our theme song today. That's our theme
bright
song.
Like a diamond. Yeah. We're shining over here. So what do you have coming up?
So we just finished, just last week, our Smart and Sexy event. And that was so nice, smart and sexy. And, when I use the word sexy, I don't mean in the sexual term. I mean in the confident term. So women are smart and confident to go out and seek employment. And it was wonderful. And I had the First Lady of the City of Detroit, who was my honorary guest. A lot of people don't know Dr. Sonia Hassan.
Yes.
And she is a powerful woman.
Yes,
She's a medical doctor. She talked about in the medical field. And so she came and we presented her with roses and all these wonderful things. And it was just so nice to have her.
Nice.
And Mayor Mike Duggan presented Jackets for Jobs with a proclamation for Smart and Sexy Day.
Nice.
So it was really, really nice. And
nice.
so just to be able to meet the First Lady of the City of Detroit was just very empowering and just nice to hear her story.
That is so good because she's new.
Yes, exactly.
How long have they been married now?
Just a couple years.
Yeah, they're newly married. And,
Right.
and I could say this. I'm going to say this. When you're with your person, it changes the trajectory of just how you navigate the world. Because I can tell Mike Duggan, when he's with her, he's always touching her.
Yes.
He does. He's put his hand, because it's nothing like your man putting his hand in the small of your back. Oh, it just makes you feel a little dainty. Just makes you feel. Oh yes, thank you, dear. Thank you.
He really adores her.
He do.
Well, that's how she became our speaker. So, the NAACP had their Freedom Fund kickoff dinner at the Rooster Tail a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
And so I was talking to Mayor Duggan, and I said, you should be getting a proclamation coming across your desk for Jackets for Jobs Smart and Sexy Day. He said, oh, my wife is smart and sexy. And I said, oh, that is so endearing.
You better come on, sir.
And I thought that was so endearing of the mayor to say that. So when I left that evening, as I was driving home, I said, you know what, I'm going to contact his wife and see if she would like to come. And so when I told her what, the mayor said, I said, your husband thinks you're smart and sexy, and I would love for you to come to our Smart and Sexy event. And so that's how she came.
Wow.
Yeah. So like you said, it's nothing like a man really, adoring and enjoying his wife and showing public affection, and such a,
because
nice way.
That's how you model. A lot of times young people may not have had models in their home about how you treat a woman or how you treat your mate or any of that about couples, because at the end of the day, the foundation of our life is the family that we build. Mm-hmm. And so in order to build a family, you got to have a significant other. That's just how it works. That's just how it works. So it is so powerful to see, because even I do workshops for couples, and one of the questions because Essential Colors has a thing called Essential Love Styles, and it's for couples, and the test is not like this test. The test is a coloring test. And so I have two angels, because I say your mate is your earth angel, and you have them on one sheet, and then the woman answers her questions and colors the body part the color of her answers, and he answers his questions, and then you can hold up your couple. I can tell you about your relationship.
Wow, that's interesting.
It is so much fun. So I always say to young people that the way we get our understanding is through the models that we see. And if you don't have it in the home, then sometimes you seek it from outside of the home.
Right.
So I ask couples, who is your favorite TV or movie couple and why? So who would be yours?
Well, the first one that came to mind were the Cosbys.
Yeah.
Because that's what I grew up with, the Huxtables.
The Huxtables.
And
why, though?
Because they were professional.
Okay.
They were role models for others. And that was just what I grew up seeing. And I just consider myself a professional, and my husband is a professional. So I just kind of think that would be a role model for me. Now I don't see as many on TV. And I watch I don't watch a lot of TV. I watch more news. That's why I see you all the time. And then I watch, my guilty pleasure are those housewives, but I don't watch all of them. But that's my guilty pleasure. Okay,
you can have it.
And so, which is not a very good role model. And half of them, they say housewives
but
on
they're
them,
not married.
and they're not married. I'm
They're
like,
not
why
even
are they
married.
saying housewives of this and housewives of that? And they're single. I'm like, come on now, give me a break. So, so I guess I would just go back to the tried and true, the Huxtables.
So, TT, who would be yours?
Oh, it was always the reason, Huxtables for the same reason, but the reason being is the way that they looked at each other.
The way they looked at each other, and they liked each other. You could tell that they liked each other.
And that's I love when the grandkids and the kids are like, granddad and granny are kissing, or they're dancing, or it's just simple things, just the touch on you as you walk by. That's the biggest turn on ever. Just to still crave.
Oh, come on. You watch, you know my word. That's another book. That's another book.
I'm part of those 4 C's.
The 4 C's. The 4 C's of a long-lasting relationship. Yes. So I have 4 C's. And the first C is crave. Okay. You have to want the person.
Right.
You got to be able to still look at them and go, oh, bring that over here. Yeah. Yeah. Some of that. And then the second C is connection. Okay. You have to have connection. Right. And so what happens with some people, they'll have crave and no connection, or they'll have connection and no crave. You must have both for it to last.
Right.
And then the next C is communication. And communication is huge because there's so many pieces to communication. Your nonverbal communication. I could be smiling at you but rolling my eyes. So come on now.
That's true.
And then I can hear you, but I wasn't listening. So listening is a skill. Hearing is a bodily function. And then the last C is commitment. And what it takes to be committed to one may be totally different what it takes to be committed to someone else. So in order for you to really be committed, you have to sit down and do what the scriptures tell you. Scripture says, how do two walk together unless they're agreement? And you have to have the discussion about what it is we're doing together. And so when you partner with somebody, when you say that this is your life partner, what does that mean for the two of you? Not outside of you, for the two of you. And anything outside of you can't come and infiltrate this bond, what you're doing together. And so for me, my couple, and it's going to sound a little unorthodox, Chantel knows what it is, Bonnie and Clyde.
Are you serious? Okay, now tell me why.
Bonnie and Clyde, because
I want to hear the answer.
They were ride or die for each other.
True.
No matter what.
Right.
I want a ride or die. I need somebody to go. What we doing? Let's go. And I love the fact that he was tender with her, even though he was a bank robber, and shooting up. When it came to her, he knew she liked poetry, and he would read poetry to her. What? Y'all better go watch Bonnie and Clyde again.
Oh my goodness!
But I love their love story. I do. I just love their. It ended bad. I don't want it to end bad.
Right.
I don't want that part, but I do love their love story. And so I love. I am a hopeless romantic. I love flowers and candy, and I like when a person pays attention to you. So it's little things like my favorite thing is green tea. I love Arizona green tea. I love it.
Okay.
I have it in my rider. I love it. And so to have a person take the time when they're out and when they're coming to see me and bring me a couple of bottles of Arizona green tea. You paid attention, sir.
So I'm trying to remember which love language that is. You know how they have the 5 love languages that we talked about earlier? 5 love languages.
I think that probably would be...
Acts of service, maybe?
No, it probably would be gifts.
Gifts.
I think
it's
a gift. It's a gift. It's a gift. Because you paid attention and then you gave me something what you know I like.
That's
because
my
gifts don't have to be, like a diamond ring. Although diamonds are a girl's best friend.
I like my diamonds.
You like your diamonds.
I'm just going to say Allison Vaughn's husband did a good job, y'all.
Yes.
It is a fabulous diamond.
Yes.
Yes, and there are real men in the world still. There's real men that will get up and clean your car off when it's snowing outside in March.
Right.
It was snowing outside in March. And so I really do. I love love. Mm-hmm. I love that people are still showing examples of love. And so I really do love the fact that I remember when I saw that you posted that you got married, I was like, I didn't even know she was dating. I didn't know she was dating nobody.
Because I keep things secret. Some things you just have to keep to yourself. You can't tell everything. Even though I'm on social media and I post a lot and I say a lot, but some things you have to just keep close to your heart.
Yep, you did. Mm-hmm. You did that excellently. Let that be a model to you too, ladies. Because don't nobody see me out in these streets.
There you go.
People don't see me out in these streets. They don't.
Right, you just have something.
I never post. Mm-hmm. I never post about, no, you can't be posting.
Some things you just have to keep, a lady keeps certain things to herself.
Until
it's time to reveal things.
It's time to reveal. And
right.
when you're getting married.
Right.
Until you're married, you're single.
There you go. There you go.
So I love that you just had the
the smart and sexy?
Smart and sexy. I love the title.
Don't you love that title?
I love the title.
Yes.
I love the title. Smart and sexy.
Right.
Because I'm smart and sexy.
There you go. You are. We all are. Some people just don't have the confidence to feel like they're sexy or that they're smart. But when you put the two together, it really means something. And that's what we were telling the attendees. Everyone that attended, you're smart and you're sexy. And believe that, you have the self-confidence. It was basically about building self-confidence.
And where was it held?
At Northwest Activity Center.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, a place that you like to go to. So we just wanted the women to know that, feel confident when you go for that job interview, feel good about yourself. And that's what it was all about, a day of empowerment. We had speakers that talked about inner beauty, self-care. We had a speaker talked about physical beauty, makeup. And then we talked about building financial wealth and financial literacy. Ooh. And that was important because, a lot of our clients go to the check cashing place, the liquor store to cash their check.
They don't have a bank account.
And they have take a percentage out. And I'm like, you don't have to do that. Open up a checking account. So these check cashing places aren't taking a percentage out of your check. So just educating them about things.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And about credit and building credit.
Exactly.
It is possible to build good credit.
Yes. So that's what we talked about.
That's what my daughter does. My daughter has a business called the Bishop of Credit.
Really?
Yes. Her name is Shamika Bishop, and she's the Bishop of Credit. And what she says is this ain't checkers, this is chess.
Oh, I love that.
And so she got the little bishop in her logo. It's amazing.
Oh, I love
that. It's just amazing. Yeah, so I got to hook y'all up.
Yeah, I need to meet her because we need speakers all the time. And so I would love for her to talk about financial literacy, building wealth, generational wealth, how to do simple things because it's just simple things like credit.
Yeah, she has a T-shirt that says God, family, work, and FICO.
FICO, yes.
In that order.
Yes.
I said, all right.
Yes.
Got great ideas, though, which, She get it from her mama.
She get it from her mama.
So shout out Shamika Bishop.
Yes, good for her.
I'm so proud. I'm proud of both of my children. That's my adopted daughter, and then I have that birth child of mine, that Marcel Smith. Hey, Sale. He's getting ready to open a fast food place. He told me stop talking.
Really? What kind of fast food? Really? That's awesome. Oh my goodness, you have to let me know when the grand opening is.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to do it big.
Yes. Let me know when the grand opening is. I will be there.
Because we already said we're going to have everybody who's anybody Detroit.
Yes.
At the grand opening. We're going to have the Clark sisters.
Oh, wow. You're doing it.
Well, Jackie Clark is his godmother. So.
Oh, so yeah, you're going to do it big.
Yeah, we're going to bring them all in. Oh. We're bringing them all. I said, Marcel, you got to get somebody in. He told me, well, I guess we can call Big Sean. I said, call Big Sean.
Look at there.
Call Big Sean. I love it. Where can people find you?
People can find Jackets for Jobs, jacketsforjobs.org. They can come visit us at the Samaritan Center, or they can visit us at Northwest Activity Center. So we're always trying to help anyone that is in need of clothing or job skill training. That's what Jackets for Jobs is all about, helping you overcome those barriers to employment. So we're connected with the City of Detroit's Workforce Development, Detroit at Work. And so Detroit at Work has 9 different offices throughout the Metro Detroit area. go register with Detroit at Work, get a referral form, and then come to Jackets for Jobs. And we'll make sure you're outfitted and look professional for that outfit from head to toe. So not only you get a job, but you keep a job and you put your best foot forward looking good. Because we know when you look good, you feel good.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I absolutely love Allison Vaughn. I love her. I love
And
what
I
she
love
does.
you too.
Oh my God.
This
I'm
is so
excited.
nice.
It's so cool.
Sisters empowering sisters.
Yes.
Sisters uplifting each other. That's what it's all about. And we don't have to just do it for the month of March because it's Women's History Month.
Sure
we can uplift each other year round.
We sure do. We sure do. That's what we do here on Speaking Life with Dr. Sabrina. So you know what I say every single week. I want you to have an amazing week. And the way that you have an amazing week, I want you to say something positive to yourself, about yourself. See you next week.